Good Friday afternoon to everyone. We're getting ready to cover the first group for the Texas Duel. This is the second qualifier. I'm Tom Stovall here with Cody Brown. Cody's our assistant news director here at KLST and KSAN, and is going to be side by side with me for the next 2.5 hours or so while we're covering the duel. What you're watching right now, folks, are the very end game of what they call the noon game. They had to go off early because of the Texas Duel Championship. However, the first group is on the tee box and getting ready to hit their tee shots, and that group is part of the first flight. Cody, who's in that group?
On the first flight, it looks like we've got Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers going to be leading that, and then with them, we're also going to have Mark Vega and Danny Simmons. So they're about to tee off shortly here once this group finishes up. And it looks like we've had some pretty good golf being played today. We caught some of the half-round scores as they made the turn. There's a lot of teams that are looking pretty good out there today, Tom.
Yeah, they are, and there's a surprising team that's in the second flight that finished and we'll talk about these guys a little bit later, but they finished at -8 on the front side. So
that's pretty much on fire right there. It's hard to do any better than that.
That's exactly right. We'll let these gentlemen finish up, and then we'll go to the actual live shot-by-shot coverage of the 18th hole here at Bentwood Country Club. Right now we're going to go ahead and take our first break of the day, and when we come back we'll resume the action. You're watching the Texas Duel on Concho Valley Homepage.
There's the storm. There's the warning. It covers Paint Rock. It covers areas north of Eden.
Exactly on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later.
Howard, I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. Now it's 14. 14. Okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even thinking twice, and it's waving at people you don't know. Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley Homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley Homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chadwick.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel. Now from Ozarks First, you're watching Connor 10 News at 6.
Welcome back to the Texas Duel. The first group on the first flight have hit their tee shots, and they're heading towards the ball. Of course, Cody, let's talk a little bit about the tournament for those that are just joining us for the first time. The Texas Duel is a two-man. It's a scramble. All of the teams are playing the same tee box, irrespective of what flight they're in. I believe they're playing the whites out here at Bentwood Country Club. So the first qualifier has been already played, and of course we were there to webcast it also. And so this is the second of 4 qualifiers that they're having for their championship towards the end of August.
Yeah, and one of the things that's so neat about this tournament is that it allows players of all calibers to come out and play together in the same tournament. You know, we got in our first flight a combined handicap of 5, and then all the way down in our 6th flight we have a combined handicap of 41. So, you know, if you're a higher handicap player like myself, we can still come out here and play in this tournament with everybody else. And the other neat thing about it is that they're actually playing for real money and a real person. They're not playing for pro shop benefits and things like that, or greens fees, you know, so they're going to feel the pressure out here, and those 4 and 5 and 6 foot putts feel a lot longer when you know that they're actually for a lot of money.
Well, and the other thing too that I like about the format is that it's a scramble format. So if you team up with the right partner, obviously you have a chance, well, as we've seen some teams do. As a matter of fact, let's talk a little bit about the 2 teams that we're watching look for their ball before they decide which one to hit and which shot they're going to take. But the first team is Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers, and they turned the corner here, turned from 9 to 10 at -3, and currently, Cody, are setting at -9 as we speak. So through the first 8 holes, or the last 8 holes, I guess you would say, they've shot -6. So they really turned it on. And then Mark Vega and Danny Simmons, they were -3 also at the turn, and they're currently setting at -6. So both teams are playing pretty well.
Yeah, -6 is definitely still a respectable score coming in on this back 9, as you know how tricky some of those holes out there can be. And as we are watching these guys out here, it looks like a couple of these shots just left them great, sitting right in the middle of the fairway out there. But as we were talking about before, if you're gonna miss on 18, you actually want to miss over on the right. There are some trees over there, but the way that this green is designed out here with the bunker right in front of it, the trees actually open up over there on that side, and you still have a shot in. It actually makes it a little more difficult if you miss to the left coming in.
It actually does. And who you're looking at right there, close to the white cart in the blue shirt, that's Danny Simmons, is getting ready to play his second shot for his team. And the pin location today is very similar to the pin location for the first qualifier that we had on 18, where it's kind of tucked up just past the middle, but on the left-hand side, just over the left-hand bunker. Danny hits a good shot up there. He's going to be on the bottom of the green, but at least they have a putt with his shot if they need it. This is Mark Vega. Mark owns an Allstate insurance agency here in town. Mark has had 3 holes in one during the time he's been playing golf, and ironically enough, we talked about this earlier, Cody, one of them was on a par 4, so that might tell you that he can hit the ball a long ways.
You know, absolutely, because you'll come across those par 4s every now and then that are definitely shorter, and you can reach them, I guess, easier than some, but that's still a magnificent feat, you know, to say that you've had a hole-in-one on a par 4. That's pretty miraculous.
Mark hit a good shot too. He's about 8 foot in front of his partner, but they're both on the bottom of the green. The good news is they will be putting back uphill. This is the playing partners of Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers.
He's going to need to carry that bunker there, and looks like he was just a little short. It's going to put him right in the center of it.
I don't know if he hit that ball a little bit fat,
That's what it looked like, Tom.
or if the wind kind of got him a little bit. There is a little bit of breeze blowing into the players' face as they come into 18 here.
Well, it looks like with that shot, which turned out very nice, actually, he was afforded a chance to play it a little safer. Didn't have to try and carry that bunker and get it in tight next to the pin. You know, he can play knowing where his partner already was, so now he's got pretty much the same putt that the other team's looking at.
Well, and that's a good thing for them, because he'll at least, if he doesn't get a line on the putt that he's going to roll, he'll at least get an idea on speed, because they're not very far apart. So we'll see how these two teams end up. It's interesting to talk a little bit about these players, and that Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers, they're both from Lake Kiowa, Texas, and they play out of a country club called Stone Creek Country Club. Gavin works for Dr. Pepper there, and he's had 2 holes-in-ones in his little golfing career. He's a pretty young man still, so he's got a pretty good head start on having those holes-in-ones. It seems like we talk about these players and all the holes-in-ones, but it's not as easy as it makes it sound.
No, you know, we rattle off some of them with this guy's had 3 and this guy's had 4, and the more common thing is actually when you look at Mark Rogers that has had 0 in over 50 years of playing. That's actually the norm.
Yes,
you know?
It is, and he'll get it when he least expects it if he just keeps playing. So Danny is retired from law enforcement. Danny's a good player. He plays out here all the time in a group that's 1 o'clock group out here at Bentwood. So him and Mark both are very, very familiar with Bentwood and their greens, the quickness of them, the slopes of them, all the little nuances that's important to know when you're playing out here at Bentwood.
Absolutely, and if you've played out here, you know exactly how fast these greens can get. You know, last time we played out here together, we were joking. I feel like you barely tap the ball and you can send it all the way across the green. So it takes a very delicate touch.
With this being a scramble, as you know, both players will get an opportunity to putt from the same position. It's interesting how they some teams just get up there and whoever's ready goes, but other teams have a philosophy that somebody's a little better putter than the other, so somebody wants to go first, or somebody hits the ball a little bit further than the other, so they'll hit it off the tee box first. It's just kind of interesting to see how these guys are playing together here. So this will be Danny Simmons for birdie on number 18 here at Bentwood Country Club. Ball should come back to his left a little bit. He left himself about 2 feet short of the cup. 2.5 feet. Should be makeable for a par putt for sure, so that ought to give his partner Mark a good run at it.
Absolutely, you know, and knowing that he does have that short putt left for par, he now has the chance to kind of give it a roll and just go for it. That was a very nice roll there, Tom.
It was, and it's basically a gimme
yeah.
for these two players. So they're currently sitting at -6. If they go ahead and make that putt, they'll end the day at -6 in the first flight. Very, very good round. Very good chance to qualify for the championship. We'll see if these guys got an idea of speed.
It looks like he did, and he left himself with a decently short putt there. But I tell you what, Tom, this green is a little deceptive. You know, you're sitting down there on the front, and as we were talking about how fast they can be, this one from that position, you do actually have to put a good stroke on it to get it up there.
You do, and it's somewhat deceiving, as you said, because it's a severely uphill putt. Good stroke towards the hole, runs it just past about 8 foot. His partner was up there within 3, so he probably thought, well, I'll just give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if you noticed this, that ball took kind of a little bit of an awkward bounce right in the middle of that roll, and sometimes those little bounces can send it off course just enough to make you miss.
That just slips out on the low side.
believe these teams do have the option to purchase one mulligan per round. That is correct, Tom, right?
Yes, it is. Has to be used on the green. Good solid putt, right dead center in the cup. They're going to finish the day at -9. Good for them. Danny Simmons to clean up for a par. Simmons and Vega finished their round at -6. Both of these teams played very well today. Sometimes when we have tournaments like this, not sometimes, most of the time, they send the lower handicap players out first, and obviously because they're lower handicaps, it means that they're going to probably play the golf course a little faster than others. So during our coverage today, you'll see that there'll be times when we will have some lag time in between groups, and we do apologize for that, but there's really not a whole lot that can be done about that. The next group is going to be the beginning of the second flight, and when they get to the number 18 tee box, we will come back and resume coverage of the 2018 second qualifier of the Texas Duel here at Bentwood Country Club. We'll be right back.
There's the storm. There's the warning. It covers Paint Rock. It covers areas north of Eden.
Exactly on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later.
Power going out again. I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. That rolled out. Now 14. 14. Okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even thinking twice, and it's waving at people you don't know. Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chad.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel.
Thanks for joining us here as we continue our coverage of the second qualifier of the Texas Duel Golf Tournament. We're going to have our next group of guys coming up 18th here. Looks like they're teeing off right now. But before we get to them, I did want to mention real quick, Tom, that on our first qualifier, first flight we had come through, we had the team of Ledford and Skillern finish 11 under. So they automatically advanced to the championship. And in this day, the first flight, we had Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers finish 9 under. So that means that they automatically advanced. But the neat thing here is that in our first qualifier, we had Callahan and Dobie. They finished 10 under in their first flight. So they are actually looking really good right now to advance to that championship, because we take the 4 winners from each qualifier. They automatically go to the championship, and then they take the next 8 lowest scores from each of those flights. So Dobie and Callahan coming in at 10 under in that first qualifier. They're still looking pretty good.
Yeah, and it appears as though that they're going to advance, but like you were saying, there's a couple more qualifiers. I'm sorry that the delay was so long. Sometimes during these tournaments you have some of the lower handicap golfers teeing off before others. Not that the others aren't good golfers, but some of the better golfers tee off first, and so sometimes there's quite some gap before we get to the next group. And we're finally at the next group, and this is the group of Aaron Schaefer and Justin Wright and Jake Farr and Travis McMahon. And it looks as though these two groups that are playing in the second flight, Cody, one of the groups, the Schaefer and Wright group, turned number 9 at -2, and Farr and McMahon turned at -1. But it looks like things have flopped a little bit on the backside for these guys, and I mean flopped in a good way for the McMahon and Farr group, as they are now -5 heading down the fairway here on number 1, and Schaefer and Wright are -3.
I tell you what, that's not a bad time to turn it on right at the turn, and especially come in like that 4 under through 18. We'll see what they can do here as they finish it up. And it looks like we've got a great drive here, Tom. You know, they're sitting probably 40 yards from the green, dead center of the fairway.
Yeah, that's an amazing drive. And looking on the scorecard here, on number 18, from the tees that these guys are playing, it's a 366 yard, make sure that this is correct, 366 yard par 4 from the white tee box. And so if they're 50 yards or so out, that means that tee shot was a little bit into this wind, and somewhere in the neighborhood of 310 yards.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal drive. You know, and like we were saying earlier, we see a lot of these players end up usually on the right side, and we do see, as we're seeing right now, you know, a few of them on the left. But I tell you what, when you can put it dead center fairway and that close to the green, you've got a little easier job coming in on your second shot.
Let's talk a little bit about these players. Aaron Schaefer is in the oil and gas industry. He is usually plays out at Comanche Trail in Big Spring. As a matter of fact, on hole number 15 there is his one and only hole-in-one that he's had so far in his young golfing amateur career. And Justin Wright, he's also in the oil field business. As a matter of fact, Justin owns his own oil field company, and both of these gentlemen play at a Nueva Vista. Is that how you say that?
I believe that Nueva Vista, which I haven't had the opportunity to play myself, but I have quite a few friends down there, and they really enjoy playing there.
And of course, both of these gentlemen are from Midland, and then the other two that are playing alongside them that you're seeing right now are Jake Farr and Travis McMahon. Jake is in the oil and gas businesses as well. He's had 1 hole-in-one, and Travis McMahon has had 2 holes-in-one. So they're over there on the left side of the fairway. They have probably about as difficult of a shot to get it close to the hole as you can imagine, because they have to, both players being right-handed, have to draw the ball slightly to even get it close to the pin. Anything on the green and even low of the pin from this angle would be a really good golf shot. I think that was Travis who just hit. And there he is, just as we thought. He's on the lower right-hand side of the green, just barely off the green, so that's more than acceptable from that particular spot over there on the left-hand side of the tree rows.
Yeah, absolutely. To end up right there from where they are, I would take that shot any day of the week, being below the pin. They're going to have a good putt at it from there. But it's difficult on that side. Like you said, you have to have a nice draw to get around that bunker and through those trees, or you're going to end up shortening the sand.
Wow.
And what a miraculous shot right there.
Look at that golf shot by
That's
Jake.
just phenomenal.
Jake's, and that's probably where this pin location is today. That's probably the easiest putt that you're going to have, as far as it being straight uphill putt and with not a whole lot of break to it. So they're in great position after a great shot from Jake.
You know, I think he said, "Thanks, partner, for getting us up there. Now I'm going to relax a little bit and,
yeah, and I'm
put
gonna
us closer."
I'm going to put one up there on the green where we can go ahead and make birdie. This is the team of Schaefer and Wright. And I think that's Justin over there that's kind of eyeing down the pin at this particular point.
We'll see what they're going to do with it. When I tell you what, they've put themselves in a phenomenal position. We'll see if they can get up and down here for a birdie and close out their day. And the breeze actually has picked up just a little bit since we've come back. You can definitely feel it now.
And this will be Justin Wright. Second shot on number 18. As you can tell, that was just about a 3/4 swing, asking it for the ball to get down. It flies over the top of the flag stick and just into the first cut of rough, about 12 inches from actually being on the green. But again, that's a pretty good shot. I'm pretty sure, however, that Aaron wants this to be quite a bit inside of there, especially from where they were off the tee ball. Aaron's a 5 handicap and Justin's a 10 handicap, so that might be why Aaron is going second. They may have some of that partnership strategy working together.
Yeah, it's like what you were talking about earlier. A lot of teams, you know, guys with a longer drive to go first, some prefer them to go second, and it really just depends on how they want to line it up. But that shot's looking pretty good right there.
I'd say it's a great shot. Did you see the twirl in this club?
Absolutely.
And the high five in the end. That was a really good shot by Aaron. And that's how you take advantage of a long drive right down the center of the fairway on number 18 tee box. What do they have there, Cody? Probably less than 5 feet for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably about a 4-foot putt there. And from that position, it's really going to be pretty straight in. Maybe a little slant to it, but not much. I'm going to guess it's going to go a little bit left from there. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be too much for them. I think they've got a great shot at making birdie here.
Currently standing, Schaefer and Ryder at -3. And Farr and McMahon are at -5 here in the second flight of the Texas Duel second event qualifying. We appreciate those of you who have decided to log on to Concho Valley Homepage and join us here. We're having a good time out here, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching a little bit of golf coming in. Please remember to join us next week, as we'll be webcasting the 3-day Bentwood Partnership Tournament starting next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then, of course, after that, we will have 2 more qualifying events for the Texas Duel before we your championship on August 24th and 25th.
Yeah, and real quick, I want to mention that again. That's one of the great things about this tournament is that we do have 4 qualifiers. And if you don't find yourself winning one of the first 1 or 2 that you play in, you can always come back and play in the 3rd or play in the 4th if you even need to. It looks like he's going to check his putt here from all sorts of angles to, you know, give himself the best shot at it here. His partner is going to take a good watch as he makes this putt. Get a good read on the speed and the line.
This will be Travis McMahon for birdie. Putt's on his way, rising up to the hole to see that it did turn a little bit from his right to left. Speed was pretty good though, and had that been in the right line, that probably would have went in.
Yeah, that was a good run at it there, and I think that gave his partner just what he needed to know as he's going to make his go at it.
This is Jake Farr to finish off with a team birdie. Strokes the putt. That ball didn't look like it moved at all. I don't know if he had a little bit too much speed on it, but he certainly wanted to get it there. His partner's in there close for a pretty easy up and down par, so.
Yeah, for sure. I think he had a chance to really give that one a go, but sometimes when you do that, you just take the break right out of it. I believe you're right. I think that one may have had just a bit too much speed to turn for him.
This is Justin Wright for their team birdie. Putt lips out a little bit high. I think he hit it a little bit too hard. He'll mark and let his partner try to roll this in for their team birdie. Strokes it, and it goes dead center. So that's going to put that team at a -4 for the day. First group in the second flight. If Jake holds this putt, his team will stay at -5. Oh, and you could see that Jake just pushed that a little bit, kind of towards the toe of his putter a little bit, it looked like to me.
Yeah, again, there's not much break in this, but there is enough that you have to account for it.
And Travis goes ahead and rolls it in for their par, so they end up at -5 for the day. Good playing by the group of Farr and McMahon, as well as that of Schaefer and Wright. That's your first group in, and your second flight here at the Texas Duel. Out in the fairway, there is a, I wish I could tell you that I knew that this was a fact, but it almost looks like it's an error. I have played in 4-man scrambles before and not been at this place by the time we get to the second shot on 18, but the group of Brandon Dormus and R.T. Mackey are you ready for this? -14. -14, ladies and gentlemen. That is an unbelievable golf score.
Well, I tell you what, when I saw you write the 1 next to the 4, I thought you were a little bit crazy over there, because that's just a phenomenal score. But honestly, it's not too surprising. We saw that they were 8 under at the turn, and you know, that's almost a birdie every single hole. and that's just unreal. So to know that they've come in with 6 under on the back 9, you know, they're holding that pace, and that's remarkable.
And this is the group over here on the left-hand side of the fairway. Can you tell me, Cody, is that I have to believe that that's their T-ball.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's definitely one of the longest drives that we've seen. Now, I didn't catch it myself. I don't know if they might have caught some cart path with it or what, but they're, what would you say, 30 yards from the green, maybe?
Yeah, and at an absolute
unreal.
perfect angle where they're hitting straight to an uphill pin. The angle's out. The only thing that they have that's negative here is it's on a little bit of a downhill side hill lie, but other than that, it's perfect. This will be RT Mackey. Another good golf shot coming up in there. Just go in the hole. Really good golf shot there by RT, and he almost did hole it. And if they're minus 14, it wouldn't have surprised me if he did hole it.
Not at all. I was just about to say, when you see shots like that, you hear them coming in at 14 under, and it's not so surprising anymore, because what a fantastic touch.
With the horn going off in the background, has to be somewhat of a distraction for for Brandon as he tried to hit it up there, but with his partner up there about 6 feet, they should be okay.
Yeah, what a great position. Left himself about 5 feet for birdie there, which would put them at 15 under for the day, Tom. And like you said, I mean, we played in 4-mans and haven't seen the winners shoot that low. So that is just remarkable for a 2-man team to come out here and close out the day at 15 under. So we'll see if they can do it here with the short putt that they have left.
A little bit about these gentlemen. Brandon and RT are both from Sterling City, and RT's in the ranching business, and Brandon works on those big old wind turbines you see out there by Sterling City. So quite a little job that would be, I'm guessing. Those things are a lot bigger when you see one of those blades go down the road than what you can possibly imagine. But also, RT has had 6 holes in one. So either he plays a lot of golf or he's really good. I'm going to guess it's a little bit of both.
I think so. I think that's fair to say.
That's going to turn out really good. He pitched that ball up into the fringe, let the fringe kill it, bounces onto the green, and just gets a nice roll out. So now they're only about 3 foot away, straight up the hill for their par.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would take either one of those shots all day long. Both of them had a very nice touch, and using that fringe there to stop the ball how they wanted to. Yeah, that's a great play.
These are the last 2 groups that are trying to qualify in the second flight. We'll have to get an official comment from Mr. Jay West and see how this unbelievable golf score is going to affect, if any, the flight in which these guys qualify in.
Yeah, looking back, Tom, we had Ditmore in.
And they made another one, so
I think that's 15.
That's unbelievable is what that is. You know, the qualifier that we just did a couple of weeks ago, we thought minus 11 was good.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was in our first flight.
And that was in the first flight. Nice little saving putt there. They end up at +1. The team from Little Elm, Texas, playing out of the Trails of Frisco. What a great round that these two gentlemen had. Minus 15. Yes, I'm saying that right. Minus 8 on the front, minus 7 on the back, minus 15 total.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking back at our second flight, in the first qualifier that we had the team of Ditmore and Tamez finish at 8 under. So that's almost doubling their score. And actually, these guys matched their score in 9 holes. They didn't need all 18 to do it. So it's pretty
Back
remarkable.
in the fairway is the first group that's playing in the third flight trying to qualify. Gentleman that's out there getting ready to hit is Bruce Strickland. Bruce and his partner have struggled a little bit today. They ended at the first 9 holes at +1 and are currently setting at +4 coming into the 18th hole here. So they've went +1, +3. This is Vince Sykes. Vince has had a hole-in-one, but his hole-in-one came in Brownwood. So Vince is a good golfer, played with him and Bruce before, and both of them are really good golfers. Vince has got a really good golf swing. He hits it a little bit short. His partner is on the green, be putting uphill from 30 feet. He hit it left into the bunker. Now you're looking at Cody Colley. Cody and Steven were -1 on the front side, and they turned it on the back side and are at -5 on the back side for a total of -6.
And what a great shot right there. He's left himself pretty much middle of the green, got a little uphill putt coming back, and I think he's going to get a pretty good run at it from there. As we've seen, most of the putts that these guys try and leave themselves come from that side of the green.
Watch this golf swing, gentlemen. It doesn't go back very far, but it has a lot of power coming through. I'm not sure where it went.
He is just off the right side of the green over here, about pin high. So just a little bit to the right, but he definitely had the distance on it. And, you know, Tom, we were talking about earlier, it's really neat getting to watch all the different golfers playing these tournaments, and you see so many different types of swings and little nuances that these golfers have that make up their games, and it's very neat to get to see all.
A little bit about the gentlemen that are playing in this group. Vince Sykes has a little bit of oil and gas business that he has to take care of on a daily basis, and his partner Bruce Strickland owns a company called Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning. Had Bruce do my own personal house, and he does a really good job with the carpet cleaning business at Heaven's Best. Cody Colley is the general manager over at Angelo Pellets and has been at Angelo Pellets for a long time. Just a great guy. Stephen Brooks is a chiropractor here in town, so it's interesting to see the different types of jobs. Most of these gentlemen, as you can tell, are self-employed.
Yeah,
a lot of the gentlemen that are playing are self-employed.
Absolutely. It's, I think, one of the common themes that we've seen here through most of our teams is, like you said, most of these gentlemen own their own businesses and have for quite a long time.
Just as a quick recap on the scoring, Vince here is getting ready to putt for their team birdie. Vince and his partner currently set at +4 for the day. Should he make this, they'll go to +3. Gives it a pretty good wrap, in which he needed to, and it just skirts the top side of the hole. But it does run out some 10 foot or so past the hole, but at least he gave himself an opportunity to make birdie.
Yeah, for sure, and he was pretty close on the line. I think his partner got a pretty good look at it.
This is Bruce Strickland. Bruce, pretty good putt there, just inside of his partners. I'm sure that they'll take Bruce's putt to try to make it for a finishing par and to try to finish the day at +4. Looks like Cody Colley's going to go first for the group of Colley and Brooks. currently standing at -6. Did he hit it hard enough? It's there, and he made it. What a great putt by Cody Colley.
Yeah, that might be the longest one that we've seen made, actually, in both qualifiers so far. That was a great putt.
Bruce to clean up for his par. So in the third flight today, it looks like Cody Colley and Stephen Brooks advanced to the championship round in the third flight, shooting a -1, -6 for a -7 total on the day. Ben Sykes and Bruce Strickland will give it another try on another qualifier. I'm pretty sure of that. They finished the day at +4. We will give you more action when we return here in just a minute for the second qualifying round of the 2018 Texas Duel. We'll be right back.
There's the storm. There's paint rock. It covers areas north of Eden.
Exactly on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later.
Power going out again. I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. That rolled out. Now it's 14. 14. Okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even thinking twice, and it's waving at people you don't know. Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chad.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel.
Thanks for joining us back here at the second round of the Texas Duel qualifier. Real quick, Tom, I'd just like to say thanks and give a shout out to Alan Hines over at AV Systems. They've been in business over there for 16 years, and I tell you what, they provide customer service that is just absolutely top-notch. They do consumer construction, business construction, just all sorts of entertainment systems and whatever you need, and these guys can absolutely take care of you. One of the things that I love so much is how proud they are to be a locally owned business, and I think in today's economy that's just fantastic. And it's like we were talking about, that a lot of these players out here are their own business owners, and that's just really cool to me. So once again, a special thanks to him over at AV Systems.
And he can do anything for you too, and whether it's a commercial installation for video or audio, or it's a home entertainment system, it's video, audio, whatever you want. He's a absolute master when it comes to the video and the audio portions. Whatever it is that you need, he can take care of, he and his team there at AV Systems. So I'm really proud that he decided to be a part of this tournament and help to sponsor this and help us bring this to you on Concho Valley Homepage. And that's what we need to continue doing. So thanks again, Alan. We really appreciate you. Back on the number 18 tee box is going to be the first group of the fourth flight, and that'll be the team of Troyce Wilcox and and also the team of Terry Ward and Greg Weber. We'll let them hit their tee shots and figure out what they're going to hit into the green on number 18 as they come down here. And while they're doing that, I can tell you a little bit about these gentlemen. That was Troyce who just hit his tee shot. Troyce is the is a partner in Wilcox and Fortenberry, Chilton, Wilcox, and Fortenberry. They are a very prosperous, very successful CPA firm here in the big city of San Angelo and in the Concho Valley. Next to tee off is going to be Mr. Kerry Sartain. Kerry owns a painting company and does a lot of painting jobs around the town, and does a lot of work for Rio Concho Manor. So this is Mr. Kerry Sartain teeing off on number 18.
And it looks like that drive went just to the right side of the cart path, but I think he's got enough of an opening over there by that tree. I think he's actually going to have a pretty decent shot coming in.
This guy getting ready to tee off is one of the funniest gentlemen you'll ever meet. If you get a chance to be around him for more than 15 or 20 minutes, he'll say something that'll make you laugh. I really enjoy being around him. His name's Greg Weber. Greg used to work for Concho Valley Electric Co-op, and at the ripe old age of 55, I believe, about a year ago, he retired from there. And it's ironic because his playing partner took his job
well, you
at Concho Valley Electric. I told him earlier today that I was going to say something funny about him, but I probably ought to hold off on that. But I did tell him, don't worry about the cameras here. They won't make you look any fatter than you already are.
Well, you know, Tom, you're absolutely right. I was lucky enough to spend a few minutes with him on the course earlier, and, you know, it wasn't 3 or 4 minutes before my side was already hurting from him making me laugh. So it was quite a lot of fun out there.
Gentleman there teeing off is Terry Ward, and his nickname? Tiny. He's anything but tiny. He's a giant. He's a gentle giant, as they would say.
Yeah, and I'd imagine he's just super short off the tee, isn't he?
Yeah, he hits it a long ways. Although I don't think it, by the way it looked, he didn't like that tee shot too well. Let's give you an update on where they're at. Troyce Wilcox and Kerry Sartain made the turn at -1, turned it on a little bit more on the backside, and through 17 has gotten it down to -4. So they are on an uptick, and that's a good thing for them. Terry Ward and Greg Weber made the turn going from 9 to 10 at -2, but have had a few hiccups, it appears, on the way in, and are currently setting at even par. Still a fairly respectable score no matter how you look at it when you're looking at the fourth flight here in the Texas Duel.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've seen a lot of these guys come out here and really turn it on the back nine, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, Tom. Every time I play out here, I personally feel like the back nine is a little more difficult than the front nine. To me, it's kind of odd that we see these guys really turn it on. I think something like this is more of what I would have expected to see. How do you feel about the front nine versus the back nine out here?
I think that's a really good question, and I'm really not sure. At one time, for quite a while, I thought that the back nine was harder than the front nine also, but the last few times that I've had an opportunity to play, I played worse on the front side than I did on the back side. So I think golf, when you're at the level of golf game that I have, and most people do as amateurs, one day you may think one side's a lot easier than the other, and you come out the next time and figure out that that's not necessarily the case. So.
I think that's a great point, because in general, I think you can come out and maybe one day find golf easy, and the next day you're so frustrated that you don't know when you're going to come back and play again.
So over here, just to the right side of the cart path, and I mean literally just to the right side of the cart path, actually is a really good angle coming in. That's probably somewhere in the neighborhood, I'm guessing, of 155 or so yards out from the pin. It looks like Troyce is going to be the first one to step up and hit his second shot for his team from over there. He really should actually have a pretty good angle at getting this somewhere on the putting surface, and potentially could get this fairly close to the hole with that particular angle. Looked like he was trying to go low with it and run it up. It did run. It's still running. It's still running, and it's going to just stop about 10 yards or so short of the green. So they may had a little bit of tree issue there that they had to deal with, because to me it looked like he was hitting some type of a punch shot.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think he was expecting to catch that branch right there at the end, but I think that definitely hindered the speed of that ball a little bit.
Here's Carey's shot, and Carey's going to be quite short also out there by the do not cross sign. It's actually a Bentwood Country Club logo that they do not want the carts to go past to get any closer to the green. I'm going to guess that based on those two shots that they're going to take Troyce's shot, which is closer to the green and much better angle to the flag. Just stepping out of his golf cart right now and looking at his, it's not really, it's a GPS watch that he's wearing. Probably has other things on it too, but Mr. Greg Weber out there in his pink hat and pink shirt. He told me to let everybody know how proud of a grandpa he is. He's a fairly recent grandpa, so he he lives out here and likes to drive around with his little grandson in the cart with him. So good man here. This is Greg Weber for their second shot to number 18. To me, it looks like he hit it a little fat, and he obviously is very disappointed with that shot. So
I think he did, Tom. It looked like he just dropped his club a little bit and caught it 2 or 3 inches behind the ball, which obviously left him very short.
This is Terry Ward. Looks like that's going to go a little bit to the right. Not much to the right. That's a really good golf shot Terry just hit in there. If it'll just stay right there. And it looks like it's going to, so they'll have a realistic putt there for birdie to finish off their day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a long putt left for him, but a few moments ago we just saw an even longer one made from that side of the green, so it's definitely doable. We'll see if they can close it out. And I tell you what, it's hard to find a nicer day to get out on the golf course. A little bit of cloud cover, the sun's not just beating you down. Light breeze coming out every now and then, not enough to mess with your game, I don't think right now, but just enough to keep you comfortable. I think these guys really lucked out here. I'm actually a little worried about the guys coming up for the next couple qualifiers, just seeing our forecast coming out. It looks like it's going to be just miserably hot.
I have to agree with you 100%. It's about as beautiful a day as there is to be doing anything that you want to do outside, in particular playing golf. So here's the good thing with Troyce Wilcox and Kerry Sartain's shot that they have. They have a lot of green to work with between the front edge of the green and the pin. So if they choose to do so, they don't have to fly the ball all the way up to the hole. They can actually get it onto the green and let it roll out towards the pin. And it's just a matter of preference on what people like to do. So we'll see what is going to try to play here to get himself. We do know, and they know, that the ball is going to go to the right once it hits the green. He carries it about 3/4 of the way, hits it up towards the hole. Very good golf shot by Troyce. Going to leave them, I don't know, Cody, probably 8 foot, 6 foot or 8 foot.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from here. And like you said, they definitely have options from that side. And now seeing how close they were with Troyce's shot, I think Kerry's gonna, I think that may adjust his shot just a little bit.
That's going to be really good. That could go in. Really good golf shot there by Mr. Sartain.
Couple of great shots.
Yes, it really was.
They're going to head over and get a look here as they line up their putts and try and close out their day.
They will qualify in the first flight. They're qualified in, but they're going to qualify through in the first flight. Where's my second place team?
Now, it looks like Greg has definitely left himself a bit of a putt over there, quite a distance. Let's him and Terry talk that over and kind of decide what they're going to do.
These guys are going to pull out, qualify, and we're going to qualify.
It looks like Terry is going to take the first shot at this. Give it a good roll there. You know, that's a really good speed, and I think that's going to give Greg just the look that he needed, because he definitely saw the line, and now he knows exactly how hard he's going to want to hit it.
This would be Greg Weber for the team of Weber and Ward for their birdie.
And what a phenomenal putt.
Was that a birdie I just saw?
I think it was.
I think it was too. What a great putt for Mr. Weber.
Was.
You know, I think I'm going to hear about this later, but I'm going to guess that he's going to tell me he just wanted to show off for the cameras. Good for him.
He may have.
It doesn't hurt when your partner hits such a good putt up there to give you a good read either.
Absolutely. Just shy of the hole there. If he had just a little more speed on it, he definitely would have dropped that one in the cup.
To save par, this will be Kerry Sartain. Good putt, Kerry. That makes them finish the day at -4, and it looks like they will be qualifying for the 4th flight for the Texas Duel Championship round. Congratulations to Troyce Wilcox and Kerry Sartain finishing the day at -4. Terry Ward and Greg Weber can still qualify, but they'll have to wait and see what the other scores are as they come in. But they finished the day at, I believe that putt was for birdie, and if so, they finished the day at -1. So
I think you're right, Tom. I think that was for birdie, and that finished them up just under even par.
I have some updated information that I'd like to share with those that have tuned in, but I want to do that as soon as we get back from this little short break. So you're watching the Texas Duel 2nd qualifying day here at Bentwood Country Club from the 18th green.
There's the storm. There's the warning. It covers Paint Rock. It covers areas north of Eden.
Exactly on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later.
Power going out again. I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. That rolled out. Now 13. 14. Okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even thinking twice, and it's waving at people you don't know. Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chad.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel.
Welcome back to Bentwood Country Club for the second qualifying event for the Texas Duel. I wanted to give you some information, Cody. I think it's interesting, and I think it's an important thing for us to go ahead and let people know about. In these events, it's important to understand that the Texas Duel wants to have as much of the competitive competition within flights as possible. And when a team shoots an extraordinary score in a flight that they were put into, they are subject to being bumped. And that is exactly what's happened today. If you remember the first qualifying event, the qualifying score, the one in the first flight to advanced to the Texas Duel Championship, was -11. And that was the first flight score. Now, also please keep in mind that these golfers are all teeing off from the same set of tee boxes despite the abilities that they have or the handicaps that they have as golfers. We saw an unusual thing happen in that we know that the first flight, the team in the first flight to advance was the team of Rogers and Rogers, Mark and Gavin, as they shot -9. But what's happened here today is something that is unbelievable, to be quite frank. That in the second flight, the team of Brandon, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, Dormus and RT Mackey shot an astounding -15. That's -15. And if they were not to obviously need to be bumped, they would have won today for the second flight and automatically got into the Texas Duel Championship. However, because of their score, they have now been bumped to the first flight, but have been automatically qualified in the first flight. So they are going to play in the championship, but they're going to be playing in the first flight instead of in the second flight now. The other thing about this that's interesting is the next closest team in the second flight is now the team that's going to advance to the championship. And that team is the team of Jake Farr and Travis McMahon, as today they squeaked out by 1 stroke over Schaefer and Wright at finishing -5. So now we know for the second flight that the team of Jake Farr and Travis McMahon have made it to the championship by qualifying today with a -5. So just kind of wanted to give an update on that, because I think that's an interesting turn of events, and whether or not these gentlemen were flighted incorrectly or whether or not they just had an unbelievable day, you cannot take away from the fact that they shot -15. I have played, as I'm sure you have, 4-man scrambles and scramble. I have played on 4-man teams and not shot minus 15. So that's just one great ball striking and ball rolling day.
Absolutely. You know, like you said, we come out here and play quite a bit, and that's a phenomenal score. You know, that's almost taking a birdie on every single hole. And when you think about that, it's like you said, that's either every single thing going right, but no matter how you put it, it was just a phenomenal round. And like you said, if they were flighted incorrectly or whatever happened, it will definitely suit these guys better to be up in that first flight and give everybody just a better chance playing with the caliber of golfers that they're supposed to be playing with.
And quite frankly, of the 2 events so far, of the people that played in the first flight, this minus 15 is 4 strokes better than the people that the team that qualified the first qualifier in the first flight. So they will be able to compete in that flight, being bumped to the first flight. But
oh, absolutely. And I don't even know if it's about competing. I think everybody else is going to see that score and think, wow, now we have to compete, you know, because as we were talking before, coming in at 11 under was astonishing.
Exactly.
You know? So, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about, while we have a couple of minutes here, let's talk about the last 2 flights that came in. The qualifying team in the 3rd flight that is automatically advanced to the Texas Duel Championship is the team of Cody Colley and Stephen Brooks. And these 2 gentlemen turned it on the back side because they were -1 on the front side, and once they turned the corner, they decided to make a few birdies, it appears as though, because they finished at -7. And pretty good round there for the 3rd flight team of Cody Colley and Stephen Brooks, advancing to the Texas Duel Championship. And then the last group that we saw come through that's going to advance to, and that has advanced now to the Texas Duel Championship, is the team of Troyce Wilcox and Kerry Sartain. And I would like to say congratulations to that team also, who shot -4 in the 4th flight today here out at Bentwood Country Club.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the first qualifier, you know, we saw a -4 and a -2 coming out in that 4th flight, and you know, they're going to be right on par when they go to the championship. But yeah, just some great golf that we saw out here so far, and it's always exciting when you see some longer putts made and you see some guys coming in with just incredible scores. It always makes you a little bit eager to see that next shot coming in and see what they're going to do with it.
And today's coverage, we have 2 more tee times, or 2 more groups, I guess is the best way to put it, that have yet to finish, that we're going to be covering on the 18th hole. But before we get to that, I want to talk once again about one of our sponsors, and Alan Hines. He stepped up to the plate to help us put this and bring this to you on Concho Valley Homepage, and we really appreciate Alan for doing so. Alan is the owner of AV Systems, and him and his team have been working in and around the San Angelo and the Concho Valley area for 16 years. And if you ever need anything that has to do with anything that's audio or video related, whether that has to do with your commercial business or in particularly your home, whether it's new construction or existing construction, give Alan Hines a call. I would like to give Alan's, I happen to have Alan's cell phone number in my book, but I'm not going to give that out without his permission. I will tell you that AV Hines has a retail AV Systems has a retail location here in San Angelo, and you can find them at their retail location. So they're a proud locally owned business, and I hope that next time that you want to take a look and see what your options are for audio and video, for you to go ahead and talk to them. It looks like they're at 2120 West Beauregard here in San Angelo, Texas. So thanks again to Alan Hines for his help in sponsoring the Texas Duel. We're going to go ahead and take one more break, and when we come back, we'll hope that the next group will be at the 18th tee box. And we'll have 2 more groups coming through for today's second qualifier of the Texas Duel. We'll be right back.
There's the storm. There's the warning. It covers Paint Rock. It covers areas north of Eden. Exactly on the 1 year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later. Power going out again. I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. Now it's 14. 14, okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even thinking twice, and it's waving at people you don't know. Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley Homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chad.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel.
Thank you guys for joining us here again as we provide our coverage of the second qualifier of the Texas Duel Golf Tournament on Concho Valley Homepage. That, of course, is powered by KLST and KSAN. We are getting ready for our second to last group, come up the 18th here, and that's going to be the group of Wade Smith and Andy Hale. And then with them, we're going to have Bradley Davis and Gene Galasso.
Just a recap for the day real quick while we wait for them to get to the 18th tee box to tee off for the coverage on that particular group. In the first flight qualifying today was the team of Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers. They had a good round today, shot -3 on the front, -6 on the back. Qualified for the Texas Duel Championship by shooting -9 today and qualifying in the first flight. Congratulations to that team. Also now qualifying in the first flight, being bumped from the second flight up to the first flight, is the team of Brandon DeMorris and RT Mackey, shooting an unbelievable two-man scramble round today of -15. So congratulations to that group as well. Qualifying in the second flight was the group of, or the partnership team of Jake Farr and Travis McMahon, shooting at -5 today, barely beating out the team of Aaron Schaefer and Justin Wright, who shot -4, who could still qualify for the chip, depending upon the other scores that come in the two remaining qualifiers. And in the third flight to qualify today at a -7, shooting -1 on the front and -6 on the back, is the team of Cody Colley and Stephen Brooks. Congratulations to that team, who will be moving to the championship. Qualifying in the third flight. And also qualifying in the fourth flight is the team of Troyce Wilcox and Kerry Sartain. A big congratulations to that group, who came in at -4 today, shooting -1 on the front side and -3 on the back. So congratulations to all those who have qualified today for the Texas Duel Championship on August 24th and 25th here at the beautiful Bentwood Country Club. Getting ready to show the next group up in the second to the final group of the day today. And these guys are playing in the fifth flight. That's the team of Wade Smith teaming with Andy Hale, and the team of Bradley Davis, or as most people call him, Scott Davis, and Gene Galasso. Gene is from Eden, Texas. Both of these gentlemen look like they are in the wind turbine business. So interesting business here, but certainly a much needed job career here in the West Texas area of the Concho Valley. So these two gentlemen, these two groups are now approaching the 18th green, and we'll probably see if we can't get our tower cam here to get a little bit of a close-up shot of these gentlemen as they get ready to tee off on their final qualifying.
And it feels like the breeze has picked up again just a little bit out here. You can see those branches kind of moving around a little bit. I don't think it's going to give them too much trouble off the tee here, because it is pretty wide open down this fairway. But you never know, if they tend to pick their drive up and get a little higher than the air, then that slightest wind can push them left or right. So we'll see how they deal with it here.
Just got a score update on these two teams, as both teams are trying to qualify in the fifth flight. I believe that this is Scott Davis that's getting ready to tee off right here. Scott is from Irving, Texas, and plays out of Bear Creek. Intently watching his tee shot. Did you see that come down, Cody?
I didn't see it. It looked like it was going to start over the trees to our right side, but I never saw it come back.
And this should be his partner, Gene Galasso. I hope I'm saying that right, Gene. Gene is from Eden, Texas. Both teams are currently, as they finish up here on their last hole of the day, at +1. So this is a very important hole for these two teams, as one of these two teams is going to automatically qualify for the championship later next month. And I think even if both of them tie, they both will qualify. So we will get official word on that before it's all over. But this should be Gene Galasso teeing off here on number 18. Looks like he hit a little draw there. I don't know
Yeah, we'll
where
see
that
how
ball will
far
end
it
up.
carried him, but it looked like that one was going to end up in the trees on his left side, our right side of the fairway down there.
I think this is Andy Hale that's getting ready to tee off here. Andy is plays out of Pebble Creek, and he's from Spur, Texas. Andy's had one hole-in-one during his amateur golfing career that he has had. He's looking at it as if it went left to him to our right on your screen. His playing partner's from Bryan, Texas, College Station. He also plays out of Pebble Creek. He's an investment advisor. His name is Wade Smith. This is Wade Smith getting ready to tee off on number 18.
You know, Tom, I think he's going to end up on that left side for them as well, your right side on the screen, which is unusual for us, as we've seen most of the guys coming up 18 end up on. So one followed suit there, and I believe that they all ended up on that left side.
And of course, as you know, just from watching this for a little while, anything on the left side, the right side of your viewing screen is an extremely difficult approach shot to the green. So probably anything on the bottom part of the green or anywhere around the bottom side would be a good second shot coming in for these two groups, if indeed they all are over there on the left-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, when you end up on the left-hand side over there, you have the trees on that side, of course, but the biggest issue with that side is that you have the bunker right in front of the green. So you're left with a challenge. You want to keep the ball low to get out from the trees on that side, but by keeping it low, you don't have the opportunity to get over the bunker and a little higher and kind of stick that ball on the green. And that's what makes this side so difficult. So typically, as you said, Tom, when we're on that left side of 18, we're going to want to play that ball back to the player's right side of the green, which for the viewer would be the bottom left of the green. That's typically where you're going to see them try and put the ball there, unless they just have some sort of an opening in the branches that they can see and they feel they can get out of over there, but it's few and far between to find those spots.
You know, there is an area over there where he's looking and checking his ball there. There is an area over there, depending upon how far you hit the ball individually and depending upon how high you hit the ball, it is possible to be able, from that angle, to be able to take down the left-hand side of those trees, in between the trees and the out of bounds, which is marked by the backyards of the houses there, and fade that ball in or work that ball from left to right towards the pin. It appears as though the way that they're looking, however, is that they're going to hit a low shot out somewhere in front of the green, which I believe is probably your most prudent play at this particular point.
Yeah, absolutely, and I was wrong earlier, Tom. It looks like Scott Davis's shot did end up on the right side of the fairway over there by the fence, so they're actually going to have the opposite angle coming in, which, as we've talked about before, I believe is a little better of an angle. You're still contending with the trees and having to deal with that, but you have a more open shot coming out from that side you have more of the green to work with in the fairway that leads up to the green. So it makes it just a little bit easier. You can play a low punch coming out of there, or if you wanted to just lay up to get back into the fairway, it is more open on that side.
You're looking at, I believe this is Wade Smith that you're looking at right now, and it does look like he's going to try to play some type of a low shot, low punch through the trees.
Well, I didn't see it come out, Tom. I saw some branches fall. I think he got it a little higher than he wanted to. And I'm sorry, I didn't see it come out, so I'm not sure where that left him.
This should be Andy Hale over here looking at what he's going to do, knowing that his partner has tried to hit it out there in the middle of the fairway, but hit it a little high and hit the tree and knocked the ball down, leaving them another very difficult shot. To make a decision. Okay, do I try the shot that I can hit over the trees and cut it in, or do I do the same thing and just punch it out and play smart golf? It's interesting, especially with this particular flight, Cody, because both teams are setting right now at +1. Both teams are trying to qualify out of the 5th flight, and both teams, quite frankly, are in some trouble. So we'll see how they can finish out. This is Andy Hale punching out.
It looks like he might have pulled it just a little bit. He did get out of the trees. He's in the rough over there, so we'll have to check and see what his lie is going to be. But approach from there with a short iron coming in is going to be over the bunker. And that pin is tucked in pretty tight to that side, so it's definitely going to take a touch to get out of that rough and over the bunker and stick that ball where you need to up on the top side of that ridge, because it's very easy to let that ball roll all the way down the green if you don't place it in the right spot, or if you have just a little too much spin on it.
I think this is Scott Davis over here on the right-hand side of the fairway trying to make a decision as to whether he's going to go up or through. It looks like to me he's got a pretty high lofted club, so he may be able to, based upon the distance to the flag, to get the ball up in the air and over the trees. And if so, then he truly has a good angle from where he's hitting from. That ball was hit a little bit heavy and thus didn't go very far. Also, you could tell, you could tell by the way that he reacted that it was a little dusty underneath that ball and the lie that he had to play out of. So let's see what his partner can do for him here and see how he can advance. This should be Gene Glasso. That was hit a little bit off the toe and to the right. I did not see where that ball finished.
No, I didn't, but the way that he finished his swing, the way he was looking, it makes me think he was going to try and play a pretty big draw, go up and over the trees over there, and maybe try and bring it back around as opposed to keeping it low and just right above the cart path and rolling it up on the green.
Now for their third shot into the green, this is Andy Hale. Looks like a pretty good shot coming in here, just a little bit. It's actually about pin high and just on the left-hand side of the green, just barely off the green onto the fringe. Really a pretty good shot from there.
Yeah, for sure. That rough gets pretty thick on that side. So to put the ball there and leave themselves a roll at it, and that's not bad at all.
This is his partner, Wade Smith. Third shot on number 18. He's going right at the pin here, but he did hit that one a little bit heavy also, and I'm sure that they will go ahead and take their partner's ball that is right there on the fringe, and they actually have a good putt there that they can roll in and have an opportunity to get out of here with a par.
Well, it looks like this other team has chosen to take Scott's ball, which stopped just short of that tree. We'll see what kind of lie he's got, but presented with a very similar shot as before. He is going to have to keep it low, try and carry the ball as far as he can to get it out of the rough, but let it release in time that it can roll up onto the green and put himself in a good position to make a putt.
This is Scott Davis. Their third shot on number 18. If this ball, oh my land, that is a wonderful golf shot that he just hit. He had to keep it low. It's hard to judge how hard to hit that, Cody, because you know you can't carry that ball to the green because it'll be way off the back of the green if you do so. So he hits it short of the green into the tall, thick cut of fairway and just kills the ball, and it just rolled out to about 25 feet past the hole, so they'll have a putt for par.
And that's exactly the opposite of what we were talking about here. It's just so hard to determine how far you want to hit that shot. If you hit it short like that, you'll see that that rough just grabs it and doesn't let it go anywhere. But if you take it too far, you can very easily roll it off the end. So to have a par putt there from that position, what a great shot.
Just as an update here, both of these teams coming into this hole are trying to qualify for the Texas Duel Championship, which is August 24th and 25th here at Bentwood Country Club. Both teams are trying to qualify out of the 5th flight, and both teams are currently at +1. Also, both teams will now be putting for a par. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes down.
Yeah, and again, that's what's great about this tournament, Tom, is this is where these players are allowed to feel that pressure. They comes in, you know, both coming in at +1, they're tied, both going for par putts, and the winner of this hole essentially will send them to the championship. So that makes it very unique for players who might not always get the opportunities to play under that type of pressure. And as we've seen today alone, putts from this side of the green are very makeable. We saw Mr. Weber make one from quite the distance earlier.
There's a decision that needs to be made here also as they're putting from the fringe. They can, if they choose, that pin removed, of course, or if they choose, they can leave it in. It looks like to me they feel more comfortable with leaving the pin in. It's not too far of a putt in that you can't see the hole, so let's see what kind of a run that he can give this as he tries to make this for par.
He needed more speed there for sure, but I think he had a really good line going in.
This will be Andy Hale trying to roll this in to save their par on the last hole.
He definitely gave that one a roll.
He gave it a lot better putt, and that's got a chance. That is a really good putt there.
It really was. What perfect speed he had on that ball.
They should be able to tap that in for a bogey. And to putt first for the team of Davis and Galasso is Mr. Scott Davis. Again, this putt is for par. If this putt goes in, they automatically qualify for the Texas Duel Championship.
What do you think about this putt, Tom? Is this going to go right to left on him?
This putt will definitely move to his left. It's going to, coming off of the bunker over there to the right-hand side, it will definitely move to his left. The other thing about where this pin is located and where he is putting from is that about 90% of his putt is uphill. The challenge is that putt starts to turn to the left. It wants to start going back downhill. If this putt is hit too hard, it could go 10 feet past the hole. He puts a good stroke on it. That putt's going to get real close to going in. Very good putt.
I believe he left himself with a few inches there, so his partner's going to have a really good look at that. But what a magnificent roll on that ball.
If he did, he's got the right line. Did he hit it?
Just shy there. It looks like he definitely had the line. Just needed a little bit more behind that ball.
Both of these teams, assuming, and I shouldn't assume anything, but I'm pretty sure that they will make this putt. Both of these teams finished the day at +2 in the 5th flight, and I believe I will double check on that, but if two teams tie for first place in the same flight, both teams automatically qualify and advance to the championship. I will double check on that with Mr. Jay West to check and see if that's the case, but I do believe it is the case, and if so, both teams are making it to the championship, automatically qualifying today at the Texas Duel. So congratulations to both teams, and we'll see them in the championship as well, playing out of the 5th flight. And our final group of the day is the group of Mark Martin and Clay Whitting. They are actually playing in the 5th flight also, but they're playing alongside of James Carney and Lee Ogle, and they are playing in the 6th flight. So sometimes you're paired with others who are not necessarily playing in the same flight as you, depending upon the number of teams that are trying to qualify. So one team is for sure going to win and be in the 6th flight and qualify automatically, so congratulations to them. We have team over here hitting from the right-hand side. He hits it a pretty good shot, although he's going to leave his team a difficult shot for their 3rd shot coming in.
I believe that was Mark Martin that we just watched there, and if I am correct, Mark is a retired firefighter, and I believe he had a hole-in-one out here at Bentwood on number 15 just a few years ago.
Yeah, congratulations to him, and thank you very much for your civil service. And without you guys, who knows what things would be like, but it's a very admirable job as a firefighter, and we do appreciate all the service that he has given us over the years. This team will be the team of James Carney and Lee Ogle. I think this is James Carney that's going to be hitting first. James is in construction and plays at a Sweetwater Country Club. Looked like a pretty good golf swing there. Let's see where the end result is. Just a little bit short, excuse me, on the front. Being able to chip or putt straight back up the hill, that's not a bad position to leave yourself.
No, not at all. And, you know, now Lee has the opportunity to get aggressive and try and carry that bunker and stick it tight, or just get up a little further on the green down below, so they have a little better putt at it. That looks like he was going for it, Tom.
He's staring at it. I think the ball went a little bit long and left of the flag over there, so it'll be interesting to see which one that they choose to hit. If I were them and was able to help them, I would tell them, please play the one that's at the bottom of the green and not the one that's over here to the side. But certainly the one that's over here to the right of, or to the left of the players, to the left of the pin from the player's perspective, but to the right of the pin from your perspective, is a lot more difficult golf shot to chip from, but it is a lot shorter than the other one that they have to choose from.
Yeah, and this is where the benefit of a scramble comes into play, because you may have a partner that is just fantastic at short chips like that, and from that side may not bother him as much. So that's where your possibilities really open up, depending on what skill sets you have and what you bring to the table. It looks like Clay left himself a little short there, but again, definitely makeable from that side of the green. Uphill, and we do know that that one does go left to right. We'll see what Mark's going to do here. That could be pretty good.
It's a really good golf shot. If it'll stay right there on that little mound, and it does. So they'll have that for a par putt. Clay plays mostly at Quicksand, Cody. He's a sergeant for the Angelo State University Police Department, so thank you for your service at Angelo State University. He has had also a hole-in-one, and he has had his hole-in-one over at number 8 at Riverside, which I believe now is called Mesquite Ranch. I've been over there before and played, and that number 8 hole is if I'm thinking correctly, is a pretty long par 3, so congratulations to him for his hole-in-one over there on number 8 at the formerly known as Riverside.
I'm telling you, Tom, I think I need to have another hole-in-one. I mean, I'm thankful for the one that I have had, but I feel kind of left out when I read about all these guys and their hole-in-ones that they have. So we just saw this shot before, and that right there is exactly what Tom and I were talking about. What's difficult about this shot is it's just the touch that you need to know how far to hit it to let that ball release. If you hit it soft, that rough is going to grab it, and it's not going to release and roll up, and you have to remember that this whole thing is uphill. So you have to get it far enough. Just
That's
like that.
a really good chip there. He chose to fly it 75 to 80% of the way up the green and let the uphill slow the shot down, and now they have a 7 or 8 footer left.
Looks like Clay is going to go first here, I believe, as he replaces his ball down there, picks up his mark. And Mark's going to watch as he putts this ball to get a read on it.
Don't think he hit it hard enough.
No, I think he had a good line. I think he just Needed to hit it a little firmer. This is Mark Martin for par here on the 18th. Pretty much the same putt there that we saw. Just needed to hit it a little bit harder. Good line though. See Lee lining up here. We've seen a few putts from that area today, and you know, we've watched a few of them break a little more than I think it looks like it's going to.
Should break from their right to left. Good roll, just a little bit, just not quite high enough.
We'll see if James can finish this out for him after seeing that putt.
And he also missed it on the low side, although he did catch a little bit of the lip.
He did, and I think his partner's first putt definitely helped him there. He knew exactly what it was going to do. Just played it a little too low. Just the opposite there. That one skimmed the top side of the cup.
Oh my.
And that kind of shows you how easy it is to three-putt on these greens. Come in with a 4 or 5 footer and that can turn into a 3-putt. Clay missing his there by just an inch or two. We'll see if Mark can clean this one up.
And as the last putt of the tournament today falls for, I believe that was a bogey. I'd like to congratulate out of this group qualifying in the 6th flight today is a team of James Carney and Lee Ogle. They will move on to the championship on August 24th and 25th for the Texas Duel. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Dreamscapes and by AV Systems. We appreciate all of the support that those guys have given to us. We will give you guys a short wrap-up when we get back, right after these commercial messages.
There's the storm. There's the warning. It covers Paint Rock. It covers areas north of Eden.
Exactly on the 1-year anniversary. I don't know what the odds are on that. We'll do the calculations later.
Power going out again. I don't even know what count that is. Maybe 12 or 13. Now it's 14. 14. Okay.
It's hard work and sacrifice, and never even and it's waving at people you don't know. 'Cause that's how we're born and how we're raised. The Concho Valley is our place. It's cheering for the blue and the gold. Local is your neighbors, local is your friends, local is a place you've always been. Then I love the way KSAN's local every day.
Remain informed on breaking news with the updated Concho Valley homepage app. Now containing severe weather alerts, push notifications, extended weather forecasts, and more. Download the Concho Valley homepage mobile app today. Available on iPhone, iPad, and Android.
Welcome to Dreamscapes, the Concho Valley's premier outdoor living design center. Choose from a variety of custom outdoor fire pits, pergolas, and other outdoor accessories to help complement your outdoor style. We sit down with you to help design your dream outdoor living space. We offer a wide variety of grills to choose from, including pellet grills, gas, charcoal, and ceramic, along with all the extra amenities to complement that new grill. Visit us today so we can get started on bringing your outdoor living space to reality. Right here at Dreamscapes, located at 3602 South Chad.
You're watching KLST Local News First.
KSAN, San Angelo's news channel.
Hi, welcome back to the final day of the second. I guess it's the only day of the second round, or the second qualifying day for the Texas Duel. Cody, I had a good time again today. I hope you did.
Oh, absolutely. It's always nice out here at Bentwood. It's gorgeous.
Those that joined in to watch this on Concho Valley homepage, we really appreciate it. Also to our sponsors, Dreamscapes and AV Systems. We can't do this, and we hope to continue to do this. We have 2 more qualifying rounds before the championship event comes up, and then of course we're going to be doing a little webcasting. You're going to be doing a little bit more of this next week, Cody. What's that all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the Bentwood partnership coming up, which I believe you will be partaking in, correct?
I will be playing in that. I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll see me and David Wagner more than likely out here to help me call that. And then, yeah, like you said, after that, we'll be back out here for 2 more qualifiers for the Texas Duel. So, yeah, we got a lot of golf lined up.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I'm looking forward to hearing about the good coverage that you guys will be doing for that event. And then, of course, after that event is over, will it be just a week or so before we'll be doing another one of these qualifying events. We got 2 more of these before we do the championship event. It was an interesting day today, I can tell you that. To see a -15, I don't care what flight you're in, was a remarkable golf score. Congratulations again to Brandon and RT Mackey for turning a -15 in. They're going to qualify in the first flight, as well as Mark Rogers and Gavin Rogers, who finished at -9 today. In the second flight qualifying is Jake Farr and Travis McMahon. Congratulations to that group of guys. And then, of course, Cody Colley and Stephen Brooks made it in the third flight at -7. Troyce Wilcox, Kerry Sartain made it to the championship at -4 today. And then let me flip the page so I can remember the interesting thing was the people in the 5th flight today. Two of the 3 teams that played in the 5th flight actually tied today. So both teams are moving on to the championship round, and congratulations to them. And then, of course, Lee Ogle will qualify out of the 6th flight today. So congratulations to all those teams who are going to make it to the championship on August 24th and 25th. You got any good words of advice for anybody before we turn this over?
Well, you know, I just wanted to mention something. As the players make the turn here and a little after, we get the chance to go down and talk to them a little bit and find out how their day is going. And I heard something today as we're talking about RT and Brandon's score of 15 under. It was just phenomenal to hear, and it's that they weren't really having to putt because a lot of their approach shots were going in. So, you know, it makes it a little bit easier when you don't even have to get the putter out of the bag.
And I also heard a rumor that they didn't make an eagle either.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
so that's another
incredible round.
Thing. So
absolutely.
It was really fun. Again, I want to thank all of the crew. We have a lot of hardworking people that are behind the scenes. Don't get to us putting this on, and without them, obviously we couldn't do it, and we do appreciate them and for all their hard work today. And I guess we'll see you and David back here on Concho Valley homepage live streaming the Bentwood partnership next week. So,
absolutely, a few days.
Yeah,
not
great.
too far.
So for all of us here at KLST and KSAN, on the Concho Valley homepage. You've been watching the Texas Duel second round qualifying event. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week for the Bentwood Country Club partnership. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you later.